All right, investing in commercial real estate, written by Jason Postel, CCIM candidate, managing partner, P Capital Solutions. All rights reserved. No part of this report may be modified or altered in any form whatsoever, electronic or mechanical, including photocopying, recording, or by any informational storage or retrieval system without express written, dated, and signed permission from the author. Affiliate disclaimer, the short, direct, non-legal version is this. Some of the links in this report may be affiliate links, which means that I may earn money, choose to buy from that vendor at some point in the near future. I do not choose which products or services to promote based on which paid me the most. I choose based upon my decision of which I would recommend to a dear friend. You will never pay me more for an item by clicking through my affiliate link, and in fact, may pay less since I negotiate special offers for my readers that are not available elsewhere. Disclaimer and or legal notices. The information presented herein represents the view of the author as the date of this publication. Because of the rate with which conditions change, the author reserves the right to alter and update his opinion based on the new conditions. The report is for informational purposes only. While every attempt has been made to verify the information provided in this report, neither the author nor his affiliate and partners assume any responsibility for errors, inaccuracies, or omissions. Any slights of people or organizations are unintentional. If advice concerning legal or related matters is needed, the services of a fully qualified professional should be sought. This report is not intended for use as a source of legal or accounting advice. You should be aware of any laws which govern business transactions or other business practices in your country and state. Any reference to any person, business, whether living, dead, and is purely coincidental. Copyright 2020. All right, the introduction, investing in commercial real estate. Many investors believe that all commercial real estate is too complicated for them. Another common belief is that you need millions of dollars to get started, and neither is true. It is possible to invest in commercial real estate with zero investing experience and an average salary. Commercial real estate can be a safer and easier investment than single-family homes. Commercial real estate encompasses a wider range of properties than many beginning investors realize. For purposes, commercial real estate meets two requirements. It's either one, the land and improvements purchased with the intention of providing profit. The profit can be derived from either leasing income or capital gains at the time of sale. Number two, not a residential property of 4 or less units. Single-family homes may meet the previous requirement, but do meet this requirement. Duplexes may be a good real estate investments, but are not considered commercial property. Avoid letting your preconceived notions get in the way of investing in commercial properties. Commercial real estate can be an excellent business for those with the interest to learn the necessary information and steps, which you will learn in this guide. Footnote. In the real estate business, you learn more about people and you learn more about community issues. You learn more about life. You learn more about the impact of government, probably than any other profession that I know of. Johnny Isaacson. Advantages of commercial real estate. Any type of real estate has potential to be a good investment opportunity. Certain types of commercial investments are riskier than others, but commercial properties can offer greater financial rewards than investing in smaller residential properties. Commercial real estate has several advantages over residential investing activities. One, there's much less competition. There are many home buyers competing for single-family homes. Most real estate investors are more comfortable with smaller residential properties. If you can get over your discomfort, you'll find there's less competition for commercial properties. Two, significantly higher income opportunity. Leasing commercial real estate is much higher in cost per square foot than found in residential real estate. Many single-family properties rent for less than 50 cents per square foot. An office in a high-rise building might cost over 100 per square foot. Single-family properties typically return 1 to 4% on an annual basis. Some commercial properties return averages 6 to 12%. The risk of vacancies is lower. If you've ever owned rental homes, a vacancy can be devastating. A few months without a tenant can be quite expensive. However, of vacancy in a 25-unit apartment building is only a loss of 4% of your rental income. Prices are easy to evaluate. Commercial real estate prices are normally based on the income they provide. An office building, shopping center, or apartment building is priced as a business. Businesses are priced on income and profit. Residential real estate prices are based on several other factors, including how desirable the property is to an interested buyer. Number 5, sellers are more flexible and less emotional. A piece of commercial real estate is a business. By default, the owners are business people. Homeowners are more emotional when making decisions regarding the sale of their home. Commercial real estate owners view everything as a business decision. Commercial real estate owners can also be very flexible on price and terms. Everything is up for negotiation. Number 6, more potential for capital gains. There are commercial properties available that cost over $100 million. A 10% appreciation on $100 million sure beats 10% of $100,000. Larger investments have the potential to provide larger returns. Commercial real estate investing can overcome many of the limitations of investing in single-family homes. Commercial properties are easier to appraise, the vacancy risk is lower, and the potential for large gains is greater. Consider these advantages before deciding on whether or not to pursue these investing opportunities. Footnote. Now, one thing I tell you, everyone, is to learn about real estate. Repeat after me. Real estate provides the highest returns, the greatest values, and the least risk. Armstrong Williams. Commercial real estate investment opportunities. Remember that commercial real estate is purchased with the intention of making money. It also includes smaller residential properties. Residential properties must have at least 5 units to be considered commercial property. Renting a home or duplex does not qualify. Several common types of property qualify as commercial properties. Below we'll review. Retail shopping. This is a type of investment most beginners envision when considering commercial property. Strip malls, large shopping centers, beauty salons, gas station, any other retail property. It can be a single unit, such as a standalone flower shop. Even larger stores, such as Walmart, often lease their buildings from someone else. Apartment buildings with 5 or more units. Few of us haven't lived in a large apartment complex at some point. The category includes smaller buildings with several units to large multi-building complexes that house over thousands of people or more. Office buildings. Number 3, whether small or large, any office building satisfies the requirement of a commercial property. Number 4, hotels, motels, and resorts. These larger properties can generate a lot of income, but also require a lot of overhead, including several employees. Number 5, medical buildings. Your doctor or dentist may be in such a building. Number 6, warehouses. All the products you see in stores have to be stored somewhere before shipping. These are considered industrial warehouses. Number 7, mobile home parks. Mobile home parks are another type of commercial property. The tenants pay rent for the lot. Some parks also rent the mobile homes themselves too. Campgrounds could also be considered commercial property. Number 8, self-storage facilities. If you've ever decided your garage was too full, you might have used the services of a self-storage facility. Fortunately, many people have more things than they can store at home. Number 9, industrial property. This could be a manufacturing facility or any type of industrial property. What's different between a retail property and industrial property? Retail properties are in the business of selling a product or service directly to an average customer. Retail properties also have customers on site. Industrial properties don't allow the general public on site. You can probably think of other commercial properties like private airports, senior facilities, ranches, farm, movie theaters, private cemeteries, bowling alleys. Commercial properties are very common. There's little reason for the beginning investor to feel intimidated. It's easy to see that some types of property require more financing or expertise than others. Start with the type of property that you understand. There's something for every type of investor. Footnote. Commercial real estate always trails residential, and as residential growth flourishes, shopping centers flourish and service the communities, and jobs come out. Johnny Isaacson. Understanding the players. It's necessary to understand the players if you want to understand the game. No one can invest in commercial real estate without the assistance of experts. Finding the right people to assist in your investing activities is part of becoming successful. These experts can make the process much smoother and keep you out of trouble. Commercial real estate investments can require more experts than simple residential investment activities. Some of these professionals are: 1, real estate brokers. Commercial real estate brokers specialize in commercial real estate. Commercial brokers tend to be more experienced and have more knowledge than the average residential broker. If you need help finding a commercial real estate broker, visit www.multimarketbroker.com. Number 2, developers. Donald Trump is a well-known real estate developer. These are the people that start with an idea and make it happen. The person that built the apartment complex you're considering as an investment is a real estate developer. Most developers stick with a particular type of property, such as shopping malls, resorts, or apartment buildings. Number 3, property managers. A shopping mall, apartment complex, or large office building requires management. You may be able to manage smaller commercial properties yourself, but larger properties can require a team of people, some of which need a high level of expertise. Consider a company that specializes in providing real estate management services. Number 4, direct lenders. This is a type of financial institution most of us use for our personal banking and home loans. They also offer commercial, and it's good to connect with these lenders. Number 5, financial intermediaries. Commercial banks and institutions that act as intermediaries between direct lenders and investors are financial intermediaries. Of course, you still have many of the same people found in more conventional real estate transactions, though many are specialized. These also include insurance agents, appraisers, attorneys, accountants. A commercial property is a business and requires more experts than a simple home purchase transaction. Commercial real estate differs enough that a unique group of experts is necessary. Fortunately, these experts are readily available to anyone that needs their service. Footnote. Certainly, the advent of technology and electronic e-commerce has had an immense impact on the real estate industry. Michael Oxley, author's footnote. I invite you for a free strategy session at www.jpcapitalsolutions.com/strategy. Learn the lingo. Those in commercial real estate have their own vocabulary. It's also a bit of an exclusive community. One way to convince the players in your area that you're one of them is to throw around the right terms. If you sound like a single family home investor, you might not be taken seriously. These terms also form the basis of your property valuation. Understanding these terms will allow you to put your numbers to work and compare different investment opportunities. The terms that every commercial investor should know is: 1, vacancy rate. That's the number of vacancies divided by the number of units. 10 vacancies in a 500-unit apartment building would result in a vacancy rate of 2%. Number 2, effective gross income, or EGI. It's the gross income minus the vacancy. Vacancy equals vacancy rate times the cost of a vacancy. The cost of a vacancy is the lost rental income. Number 3, operating expenses. This includes all the expenses, but not the mortgage. Taxes, insurance, salaries, and so on are part of the operating expenses. Number 4, net operating income, or NOI. This is a gross income minus the operating expenses. Number 5, debt service is the amount paid over a year on the mortgage. Number 6 is cash flow. Cash flow equals the gross income minus the operating expenses minus the debt service, if any. 7, capitalization rate equals NOI, the net operating income, divided by the sales price. This is one of the most important values to commercial real estate investors. It's a measure of the profitability of the property. It's the amount of the income you receive relative to the cost of the investment if you paid cash for the investment. Debt servicing and income taxes are not included in the cap rate. Number 8, cash on cash return. This is the annual cash flow divided by the down payment. It's how much cash you receive relative to the amount of cash you have in the transaction or the deal. Understand and use these terms when talking to brokers, sellers, and anyone else connected to your deals or the commercial real estate industry. You'll show that you're an insider and be taken a lot more seriously. You'll also grow the confidence needed to have long-term success. While these are just a few of the key terms, you can get a free, more extensive list at www.jpcapitalsolutions.com/glossary. Footnote. In any market, in any country, there are developers who make money. So I say all of this doom and gloom, but there will always be people who make money because people always want homes. Sarah Beanie. How to analyze a deal. You found what looks like a good deal. How do you analyze it? There are numerous ways to evaluate commercial properties. Entire textbooks have even been dedicated to this topic. Assuming you haven't bitten off more than you can chew, there's a simple way to get started. The most important issue is the cash flow. The initial assessment of any commercial property is simple. Number 1, determine the revenue for the property. This is all the income the property generates. For many commercial properties, it's the total rents collected over the entire year. Avoid basing your calculation on 0% vacancy. Take a look at the historical numbers. What are the vacancy rates for similar properties in the area? Are the current rents reasonable? It's often possible to raise the rents if the property has been owned by the same person for a long time. However, consider the length and terms of the leases already in place. This value is also called the gross income. Number 2, determine the expenses. Exclude the mortgage, but include everything else. These are considered the operating expenses. Taxes, repairs and maintenance, insurance, salaries, supplies, marketing, utilities, management services, and any other expenses. Calculate the cost of servicing the debt. Remember that you'll have to make a monthly mortgage payment unless you're able to pay for the property from your own pocket. Consider your down payment and the current rates of it for a commercial mortgage. Number 4, subtract the expenses and the debt from the revenue. Work on an annual basis and determine the cash flow for this property. Again, I invite you for a free strategy session with myself at www.jpcapitalsolutions.com/strategy. Next chapter, financing commercial real estate. Unless you have money growing on trees in your backyard or a wealthy uncle, you're likely to need financing to purchase your first commercial property. Residential and commercial financing are similar, but not identical. If you understand one, it's a simple matter to understand the other. There are several differences between residential loans and commercial loans. Number 1, residential loans are often made to individuals. Commercial mortgages are primarily given to businesses, entities such as builders, partnerships, and developers. It's entirely possible to purchase your personal home in the name of an LLC, but it is not common. Businesses can have their own credit histories and scores. If you don't have a business entity with a credit history, you can rely on your own credit. 2, commercial loans have higher interest rates and fees. You'll pay more in interest and fees for a commercial loan than you will a residential loan. Some of the costs must be paid upfront. Other costs recur on an annual basis. Ensure these fees are included in your calculations. Number 3, commercial loans have a shorter payback period. Your conventional home loan can have a payback period of 30 years or more. Commercial loans range from just a few years up to 20. Number 4, commercial loans have harsher prepayment penalties. Your home loan also has prepayment penalties, but these penalties are only in effect for a short period of time. Commercial loans can have several types of penalties. The terms of the loan might declare that the loan can't be paid off before a certain date. A prepayment penalty is determined by multiplying the remaining balance by a predetermined percentage. An amount of interest is guaranteed by the terms of the loan. Number 5, amortization is held differently. A home mortgage is normally referred over the life of the loan. If you have a 30-year loan, you have 360 equal payments, and that loan balance is zero at the end of the loan payback period. Commercial loans usually have a longer amortization period and the length of the loan. You might make payments on the loan if the loan were 30 years, but the loan is actually due in 15 years. That means your last payment will be a large balloon payment. Number 6, commercial loans frequently require a larger down payment. In some circumstances, it's possible to acquire a home mortgage with no money down. Commercial loans frequently require from 20 to 35% down. Number 7, there's no private mortgage insurance in commercial lending. One of the reasons larger down payments are required is the lack of private mortgage insurance. The only insurance a lender has against defaults is the collateral in the real estate. Number 8, commercial lenders consider cash flow. Debt service coverage ratio is another important term to know, DSCR. This is the NOI divided by the annual debt service. Lenders favor loan applications with a debt service coverage ratio of 1.25 or more. This means that the NOI, the net operating income, is enough to cover 125% of the debt payments. Commercial loans are similar to home loans with a twist. As with any financing, use all the numbers to make your financial decision. Commercial loans have shorter terms, higher interest rates, and higher prepayment penalties. The process for determining whether a loan will be approved is also different. Commercial real estate lenders consider 3 criteria in lending decisions. 1, credit worthiness. As with most other loans, your credit history and credit score play a big part. Current industry standards include credit score of 660 or greater, no bankruptcies in the last 7 years, no current tax issues, liens or judgments, no foreclosures or short sales in the last 3 years. Number 2, collateral. The collateral is the property in question. If the term of the loan aren't being met, the lender can exercise an acceleration clause and begin the foreclosure process. Lease payments are also assigned to the lender to provide additional security. This means that the lender is paid first. It's possible to pledge other assets as collateral. These assets can be personal or business assets and can include receivables and contracts. Number 3, cash flow. Remember that the debt service coverage should be at least 1.25. Commercial real estate financing is similar to financing for your conventional home ownership. You must have good credit and the means to pay back the loan. In commercial situations, the ability of the property to service the loan is also considered. A commercial property is a business, and the quality of that business is part of the loan process. Footnote. Real estate is an imperishable asset, ever increasing in value. It is the most solid security that human ingenuity has devised. It is the basis of all security and about the only indestructible security. Russell Sage, American financier and politician. Strategies to increase profits. Next chapter. There is no strategy that works in all situations. The best strategy to employ will depend on the type of property and the unique circumstances. For example, some apartment complexes can be converted to condos while others cannot. Raw land is difficult to lease to multiple tenants without improvements. Number 1, raw land. There are a few ways to approach an investment in raw land. Lease the land. The land can be leased to farmers, lumber companies, hunters, and even to companies that wish to add improvements. Improve it. You could build homes, apartments, a shopping center, or an amusement park. Raw land can require additional time and money to generate income. The loan terms for raw land often reflect this fact. Expect your lender to require a large down payment. Number 2, apartment buildings. There are 2 primary ways to increase income from apartments. 1 is to raise the rents. Tenants expect that rents will increase each year, so raise those rents. Decreasing vacancies is another way to increase rents. Number 2, convert. Many apartment buildings can be converted to condominiums. It's possible to make a lot of money this way, but zoning approval can also be required. Number 3, office buildings. Again, raise the rents over time and decrease the vacancies. While there are many complicated ways to increase the income and value of commercial properties, the basics are always the same. Raise the rents, decrease the vacancies, convert, improve, and accumulate equity. There's no reason to overcomplicate things until your investment becomes more sophisticated. Find ways to increase revenues without increasing costs excessively. Consider converting your property to a higher and best use. Footnote: real estate cannot be lost or stolen, nor can it be carried away. Purchased with common sense, paid for in full, and managed with reasonable care, it is about the safest investment in the world. Franklin D. Roosevelt. Next chapter. The most critical principles for success. As with any endeavor, there are a few key principles to keep in mind. While there are no guarantees in real estate investing, there are always ways to stack the odds in your favor. Keep the most important factors in mind at all times. 4 factors can increase the likelihood of success. 1, search for a great price for great terms. If possible, find a deal that offers both. Finding a good deal in commercial real estate is much more challenging than when shopping for your personal home. However, commercial deals are fair. It's all in the numbers. Ensure that the numbers are accurate. Number 2, avoid costly early mistakes. An experienced investor with $10 million in her bank account can absorb a mistake or two. Those with more moderate means have less of a cushion. Start small, do a small deal, learn how to evaluate the property and find the best financing. Get to know the people behind the deals. If your first deal is profitable, be a little bolder on the next time. There is no rush. Number 3, stick to reasonable capitalization rate properties. Reasonable can be defined as 8 to even as high as 15%. High cap rate properties are often much poorer areas and represent a higher risk. Properties with low cap rates represent low risk, but the returns are also low. Number 4, purchase properties with a cash-on-cash return of at least 10%. This is a measure of how long it takes to get your cash back in your pocket. If you put down $50,000 on a property, how many years will it take that cash flow to return that down payment? Be honest with yourself when compiling your numbers and evaluating the property. It can be tempting to cheat a little when you like a property. Avoid the temptation. Be objective and allow the numbers to guide you. Be patient. Footnote: 90% of all millionaires become so through owning real estate. More money has been made in real estate than in all industrial investments combined. The wise young man or wage earner of today invests his money in real estate. Andrew Carnegie. Getting started. You're ready to begin your commercial investing career. How do you get started? Making offers on properties isn't the first step. The first step consists of educating yourself and making a few key decisions. Start your commercial real estate investing career intelligently by 1, determine the type of commercial real estate that interests you. The most common options for beginners and investors are small residential apartments, office, and retail. Which option most appeals to you? What opportunities are available in your area? It's also important to focus your attention and become an expert on one type of commercial real estate and do the necessary work. Build on your experience. Changing from one type to another, investment to another would be a mistake. Learn from each investment you make. Number 2, begin educating yourself on the local market. Become an expert on your market. Dig into the local listings and make yourself aware of what's going on. What parts of town are the most desirable? Where are the rents the highest? Where are the rents the lowest? Drive around town and look at listings. Get a feel for your local market. Make contact with a local commercial real estate broker. 3, offer to buy them lunch and talk shop. Get recommendations for the various experts you'll need along the way, like attorneys, title company, accountants, etc. Number 4, investigate your financing options. Take a long and hard look at your credit rating. When your credit is in order, start shopping around. Commercial real estate owners often are willing to offer creative financing options. Investigate all of your possibilities. Speak with your broker. He or she will know the local customers and lenders. They may also be able to suggest alternate sources of financing. Number 5, fully investigate each property that interests you. Use your skills and analyze each deal. Remain objective and do your best to get an accurate picture of each possible deal. Ask a lot of questions. Buying real estate carries big responsibilities. Do your due diligence. 6, make offers. When you've found a good deal that appeals to you, rely on the advice of your broker and begin making offers. Number 7, close the deal. It's time for the money to exchange hands. The closing is similar to any other real estate closing you've attended, but a little more complicated. Your team of experts will guide you through the process. Those are the basic steps to get you started. Of course, it's not always that simple. It will be necessary to flesh out your knowledge in several areas. After choosing a type of property for your specialty, get to work and educate yourself. Footnote: a funny thing happens in real estate. When it comes back up like gangbusters. Barbara Cochran. Conclusion: there's much more to learn. Commercial real estate investing requires quite a bit of knowledge. We've only touched on the highlights. For example, if you're going to collect rents or lease payments, it's necessary to be an expert on leases or have the property attorney on your team. Commercial real estate has several advantages over small residential real estate investments. If you've always believed that commercial real estate is too complicated or only suitable for wealthy investors, reconsider. There are commercial investments suitable for any investor with good credit and down payment. There's also, if you don't have credit or down payment, there's other ways to find partners. Do your due diligence for each deal for your best results. Stick with investments and properties that you know and understand. You'll be successful once you employ strategies that take you from one step to the next. It's better to have properties that will provide you with a steady income than waiting on the next blockbuster that might take a while, meaning years to come. That's a negative cash flow scenario waiting to happen. After you feel comfortable with the first one, then you may want to look at the next one and so on. This will help you appreciate your investments better as opposed to being in a hurry to make money and acquire wealth. Be better than your competition. Not everyone will be willing to ask you to step up to the plate, but you will find a few that won't mind spending time to help you along the way. Of course, you still have to conduct your due diligence. Eventually, you will have so many investment properties, you won't have a choice but to hire a property manager company to take over. Of course, you will have to set aside funds to pay them for services. That's all the more reason for you to take it easy when it comes to building wealth with your real estate investments. Before you know it, you'll be on your way to building wealth with real estate investment properties. I wish you much success. I hope this quick guide to investing in commercial real estate has helped you and given a better understanding as well as motivation to get started. You can read thousands of books, but if you do not take action, you will be no better than if you never read a book at all. Follow your passion and learn from people that are already doing it, what you like to do. If you have an interest in a certain asset class, find a mentor, group, or firm that specializes in that particular asset and follow their lead. If you'd like more information, guidance, or help venturing into commercial real estate investments as an investor, agent, or maybe you're not even sure where to start, I'm here to help you. Just visit us at www.jpcapitalsolutions.net/learn more. Jason Postel, Managing Partner, JP Capital Solutions. Resources. If you'd like more resources, you can visit for books. You can Real Estate Investing Secrets and 101 Real Estate Investing Resources at www.bestrealestateinvestingbooks.com/books. If you're looking to use funds from a self-directed IRA or 401k, learn to convert yours or other investors' funds into a checkbook IRA for real estate investing at www.jpcapitalsolutions.com/SDIRA. If you're looking for private money or other lenders, you can visit www.jpcapitalsolutions.com/private money. To find a database of real estate properties, multifamily deals, apartments, commercial lenders and brokers, and exclusive inventory, you can visit www.multimarketbroker.com. If you want to get licensed yourself or become an agent for online school, visit www.onlinerealestateschool.info/Florida. Or for other investor and broker programs, visit www.jpcapitalsolutions.net/learn more. And if you're looking to just passively invest and learn the process and get monthly passive income, learn more at www.jpcapitalsolutions.com.